Hello students, in this video we are going to talk about the differentiation and how to take the derivatives of the functions, and also how to find the slope of the tangent line and write the equation of the tangent line, or how to determine the unknown x values from the derivatives. So we are going to solve few questions from lesson 2.4, your textbook AP Calculus, about the quotient, and the name of the section is product and the quotient rule. In this question, we are trying to calculate the instantaneous rate of change at instant points. And we all know that whenever we talk about the instantaneous rate of change, it means we are talking, or we are finding the derivatives actually. Okay, so look at the question. The question says that f of x, the capital F of x, is expressed in terms of f of x and g of x. Find out f prime of 2, where f of 2 is -1, f prime of 2 is 4, g of 2 is 1, and g prime of 2 is -5. It means they gave you the data and then they gave you some of the questions to be solved. Now, whenever the questions come in the general form, the students get confused. So try not to be confused and understand the basic concept of taking the derivatives. We know that whenever the two functions are separated by plus or negative sign, so we can use the sum or difference rules of derivation or differentiation. So how to take the derivatives? So if I write f prime of x equals to, so here I will use the constant multiple rule, which says that the c as it is, it means write the constant as it is, take the derivative of the function. And we know that the derivative of f of x is f prime of x. Then plus, again apply the constant multiple rule. So write the 2 as it is, and the g of x will be changed into g prime of x. So here is the derivative of capital F prime x. Now you have to find out f prime of 2. So in order to find out f prime of 2, we have to replace all the x by 2. So we will write f prime of small of 2 and 2g prime of 2. Now just replace your data. F prime of 2 equals to 5 as it is, and we can see that f prime of 2 is here, or it is equals to 4 plus 2. G prime of 2 is given in the question, that is equals to -5. Now solve it. So 5 times 4, 20. 20 minus 10, it will give us 10. That is our answer. So it is so easy. Just students get confused when the questions come in the form of f or g rather than x square or x cube. Let's see and solve B part. B part says f of x equals to 3 g, or capital F of x equals to f of x minus 3 g of x. Same thing, we will take the derivative using the sum and difference rule. The derivative of f of x is f prime of x minus derivative of 3gx will be 3g prime of x. Now since we have to find out f prime of 2, so we will replace all the x by the 2 and replace our data of f prime of 2 and g prime of 2. So our f prime of 2, if you look into the question, it is equals to 4 minus 3, and g prime of 2, it is -5. So 15 plus 4, it is 19. Let's try one more question, that number C. Now if you look at the C part, in the C part, it is the two functions are written in the form of product. So here we can use, since they are the product form, so we can use the product rule of differentiation. So according to product rule of differentiation, this is the first function and this is the second function. f g prime plus g f prime. It means we write the first function as it is, then take the derivative of the second function. According to the rule, we have to write the plus positive sign, then write the second function as it is and take the derivative of the first function. Now that is all. Now take the f prime of 2, which means replace all the x by the 2. Now be careful while collecting and then rewriting your data. So here f of 2, this is your f of 2, which is equals to -1. Now g prime of 2, g prime of 2 is here, that is -5, plus g of 2, this one, this is equals to 1, and f prime of x, f prime of 2, it is here equals to 4. So we will get 5 plus 4, that is equals to 9. Let's try the last part, that is the D part, and D part is f of x, capital F of x equals to f of x over g of x, and clearly you can understand that this is actually the quotient rule of differentiation. Now we know that the quotient rule states that in the denominator we write the denominator function with the square. Then in the numerator, we always start by the g of x as it is. Take the derivative of the upper function which is written in the numerator, then minus f of x and take the derivative of the denominator of the function written in the denominator. So we wrote the formula. Now replace all the x by the 2 and find out the solution. So g of all the x replace first of all by 2. Do not skip the steps. Do not skip the steps. And here g of x whole square. Okay. Now g of 2. Now you can see that g of 2 is equals to 1. Then f prime 2, it is equals to 4. Minus f of 2, it is equals to -1, and g prime 2, it is equals to -5, divided by g of 2 which is equals to 1 square. Don't forget to put the equal sign everywhere. Now so 4 and minus minus plus, plus minus minus, 5 times 1 is 5 over 1 which is equals to -1. So this is the way we will solve our questions if they are given in the general form. Try to solve one more question. Here number 30 question, and they are asking you to find out the f prime of pi. So let's see question number 1 or question number A. Take the derivative, and it is very normal that whenever you have 6f of x minus 5g of x, you will take the derivative of the first function using the constant multiple rule, minus as it is, write the 5 and take the derivative of the second function. Now replace all the x by the pi, you will get 6 f prime of pi minus 5 g prime of pi. Now 6 f prime of pi, you can say it is equals to -1, -5 g prime of pi, it is written over here, equals to 2. So you will get -6, -10, you will get -16. Solve the second question, means the B part, and according to the B part, it is x f of x equals to x and then f of x plus g of x. Now look here. Here you can clearly see that there are two functions and multiplying with each other. This is your f and this is all your g. And we are familiar with the product rule that if two functions are multiplying with each other, this is equals to fg prime plus gf prime. Okay, so first write it down according to your according to the rule. So f, that is x, g prime. Now g prime, it means take the derivative of the g function. So using the normal rule, you will write f prime x plus g prime x. So this is the basic rules we applied, plus g f prime. So write the g, that is f of x plus g of x as it is, and f prime means x prime. Now, before you do anything, we all know that x prime means it is equals to 1. The derivative of x is 1. The rest, just write as it is, f of x plus g of x. No need to open the bracket, as you have to evaluate the functions, the derivative of the function in the end. So don't make your life difficult, just replace it and solve it. Now look at this, all the x should be replaced by pi now. All x, it means including this x. So yes, pi, f prime of pi plus g prime of pi plus f of pi plus g of pi. Anything multiplied by 1 is 1, so we are not writing the 1 again. So here we will write the pi as it is. Now you can see f prime of pi is -1 plus g prime of pi, it's equals to 2, plus f of pi is 10 and g of pi is written as -3. Solve it. So it will be 2 minus 1, 1, and that is equals to pi, plus 10 minus 3, you will get plus 7. So 7 plus pi is your answer. Let's try to solve the C part also. Let me erase all the parts so that we can see that how can we solve the other part. So in order to solve the third part, it is again, you can see that this is the product rule. Here we have to apply again the product rule. So you can take the 2 common as a common outside and then apply here the product rule. Okay, so write the 2 outside and inside you apply the product rule, keeping that this is your first function f and this is your second function g, and we know the rule of the product, that is fg prime plus gf prime, which means that we write the function as it is, take the derivative of the second function plus g of x second function and take the derivative of the first function. Now replace all the x by the pi as instructed in your question. So we will write the 2 as it is, f of pi, g prime of pi plus g of pi, f prime of pi. Now rewrite, now substitute the values as given in the question. So you will see f of pi is 10, g prime of pi is 2, plus g of pi is -3 and f prime of pi is -1. So here we will write the 2. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 plus 3, that is 23. And 23 times 2 is 46. Let's do the last part. So in the D part, you can clearly see that this is here we can apply the quotient rule. Now in quotient rule, we write the function written in the denominator, then take the derivative of the upper function written in the numerator minus fg prime, and the denominators stay in the denominator and squaring. So this is the quotient rule. So how to apply this rule over here? You can see that in the g part 4 plus g of x is written. So actually your g is 4 plus g of x and your f is, according to the question, is f of x. So if I show you here what is your g prime, you know 4 is a constant, so the derivative of a constant is 0, plus derivative of gx is g prime of x. Now the derivative of small f of x is f prime of x. Now here is my formula and here is the data where here are the derivatives and the function. I will just replace to get my final answer. So I write the g. So my g is 4 plus g of x. F prime. So my f prime is f prime of x minus f, that is my f of x, and g prime is derivative of 4 plus gx, so which is over here, that is g prime of x. Reason is the derivative of 4 is 0. Over the denominator, write as it is but square it. No need to solve further, just replace your x by the pi and find out your answer. So you will get 4 plus g of pi, then you will have f prime of pi minus f of pi and then g prime of pi over 4 plus g of pi whole square. Okay, now we will replace the values. So 4 plus g of pi is negative 3, so it will gives you negative 3. Then f prime of pi is negative 1. Then the formula negative f of pi is 10 and g prime of pi is 2 divided by 4 plus g of pi, which is equals to negative 3 and whole square. So solve it. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 times negative 1, you will get negative 1, and negative 20 over 4 minus 3 is 1 square, that is 1. So we will get negative 21 as our final answer. Hope you understand these kind of the questions. Try to practice as much as possible. Don't forget to send me the comments if you like the video or you understood the question. Give me the thumbs up and we will meet you in the next video. Thank you. Till then.